They actually say, like, if you can carry it in your purse and, like, when you're stopped at a light, you can touch up your hair. Please don't do that. Don't do it in your car. Just please don't. Hello, Starlets. I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. I make videos to inspire you to be the best version of yourself and live your dreams. So if you want to be an Everyday Starlet, be sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. Most of us all have a little to a lot of peach fuzz facial hair on your face. Some of us want to get rid of it. Some of us only want the hair on our heads. We don't want it anywhere else. So I was actually lucky enough to be sent the Luminess Hair Removal System, and I've actually seen a ton of commercials for the Finishing Touch Flawless hair removal device, and I was like, I wonder how they compare. So I'm actually going to do a comparison review of the two of these. If you were here because you're interested in this, I will actually leave a timestamp below as to when I start the review. The first thing I want to talk to you about, which is super important, I feel like I have to say it, and a lot of people say they know it, but there's a lot of people out there that don't know this, and I just feel like it's my mission in life to get this into people's heads. When you shave, your hair does not grow back thicker, faster, darker, or any of the above. People have gotten heated with me when I've said this and have argued with me to no end. And the madness needs to stop, people. It needs to stop. It shocks me how many people still believe that that is true. And it shocks me how many, I've heard trained professionals in the hair removal industry say that to me, and it shakes me to my core every time, because I'm like, please tell me that you're not serious. I did a blog post on this like years ago when I first started my blog, but I just kind of felt like it was just important that I reiterate. Your hair growth starts at the root of your hair, which is deep in your hair follicle. Think about shaving for a second. Here's your blade right here, and you're shaving the hairs off on the surface of your skin. There is nothing that a razor blade can do on the surface of your skin that can actually affect the hair growth. How dark, fast, thick, all that stuff your hair grows is all way deep under your skin at the root. Now, something like waxing, tweezing, laser hair removal, those things are actually doing things to affect the root of your hair. In the case of waxing and tweezing, you are actually pulling the hair out. If you've ever noticed, if you've ever done that, waxed or tweezed or something, is that sometimes when you pull the hair out, it's got like a little bulb on the end. That's actually like you pulling the hair out from the root, and that can sometimes damage the root. Sometimes it'll heal and it'll grow back exactly the same. Other times it could possibly damage it to the point where it grows back slower, maybe a little bit thinner. Laser hair removal, you're zapping a laser onto your skin, and it's actually like targeting the root of your hair. So you're actually trying to kill off the hair at the root. Shaving is just the surface of your skin. So there is absolutely nothing that you are doing on the surface of your skin that is affecting how your hair is growing. That has to happen internally. Some people think their hair is growing back faster when they shave because they have now gotten rid of it and they are now noticing when the hair is growing. When the hair is just there, you're not really noticing how fast your hair is growing, whereas once you get rid of it, and you start noticing the hair growing back, you're noticing it more often. It's really a psychological thing. Some things that can affect how fast your hair grows are your metabolism. So sometimes if you are working out more or less, that can affect your metabolism. That can affect how fast or slow your hair is growing. The weather can affect it because, again, that sort of speeds up or slows down your metabolism. So in most people, hair does grow faster in warmer months than it does in colder months. Same with nails. You probably noticed you need hair trims and you need to trim your nails more often in the summer than you do in the winter. Stress can be a big factor. I will tell you, I noticed this firsthand. Years ago, I remember I had this unbelievably stressful month and I was not dealing with it very well. And I went in for my usual like monthly root touch-up because this ain't natural. My hair had hardly any root regrowth. We actually went back and looked in the calendar to check and make sure it had been a full month, and it had, but I had hardly any root regrowth because I had been so stressed out. The next month had been much calmer and I had twice as much root regrowth. So my hair had actually like slowed down due to stress. So that will affect how fast or slow your hair grows. Shaving cannot affect that. Hair growing back darker. Hair color is totally genetic. I mean, it can change obviously over time, over years, but that's all like internally. That's like in your DNA. that is not something that happens just by rubbing a razor blade on the surface of your skin. When your hair is shorter, the way the light reflects on it, your hair can appear to be darker. So when you get those little like pieces, stubble, I don't have hair on my hand. I don't know why I keep pointing at my hand, but my hand's in front of me, so I'm using it as an example. But your hair is now closer to your skin, the way the light reflects on it. When hair is shorter, it tends to appear darker because it really has more to do with the way the light is reflecting on it. Your hair is not growing back darker. There's nothing that a razor blade can do on the surface of your skin that can make your hair grow back darker. Your hair can grow in thicker or thinner based on a lot of factors, a lot of the same factors as how fast your hair grows. You know, it can be affected by medications, it can be affected by your diet, a lot of different factors. It is not affected by shaving. The reason why people seem to think that their hair grows back thicker when you shave it is because, let me see if I can do a little graphic here. When your hair is growing out, like this is your hair follicle, it's at a point. When it grows out of the follicle, it's at this nice little point. See a little point at the end? This is my little pointy hair follicle. It's growing out here. When you shave it, you actually trim off that hair follicle. So now your hair is flat on the surface. It's no longer pointed coming out like this. It's now been cut off so that it's flat. The flat surface appears thicker, but your hair is the same size as it always was. It's similar to if you were to get a blunt cut on the bottom of your hair, the ends of your hair will feel thicker, whereas if you kind of like, you know how they sometimes like razor it off or you do like a razor cut, the ends appear thinner because you've now shaved off the hair so it's at more of a fine point. So again, your hair is not actually growing back thicker. Stubble is shorter and it is now sliced off, so it feels rougher on your face or leg or skin or wherever it is. So I hope that explained things to you, and I really hope that we can kind of get rid of this shaving makes your hair grow back differently myth. So now on to the review of my hair removal devices. These things super intrigued me. I actually saw this Finishing Touch Flawless advertised on TV. If you haven't seen the infomercials, they're actually pretty funny. I think they're funny. They're like, this looks like a lipstick. A high-end lipstick. And the way they describe it is just, it's a trip.
And they say it's pain-free due to German-engineered technology, which I think makes sense, you know, because the Germans are known for preventing pain and suffering.
But I wasn't intrigued enough to buy this until Luminess Air actually sent me, or Luminess, I guess it's just Luminess. Luminess Air is the airbrush system. So it's Luminess Hair Removal. They just sent this to me randomly. I have worked with Luminess before I have some videos for them that I did. So I have done sponsored videos for them. They are not sponsoring this. They don't know I'm making this video. They just randomly sent this to me, and they sent it to me quite a while ago, and I was just kind of like, whatever. But I kind of got intrigued by the idea, and then the more I saw the commercials for this, the more I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get this and then compare it, because I don't know, I'm fascinated, and I don't know if maybe the rest of you would be fascinated too. Both battery operated. These both basically claim to whisk hair away. The Luminess claims that you can use it on any area of your body. Finishing Touch Flawless really just claims to be for facial hair. The price point on these, the Luminess, I found it in a couple different places online. The price I saw most frequently was $29.99. I found the Flawless in my supermarket, and I believe it was $19.99, and that's the price I've seen it online most frequently. So the Luminess is actually about $10 more than the Flawless, which $10 is not a huge price point jump, but for a product this price, it's a pretty big price leap, I think. They both have these sort of like flip tops here. The Luminess is actually quite a bit bigger than the Flawless. I know they make a big deal about the Flawless looking like a lipstick, like a high-end lipstick. It does look fancier, I gotta say. I think it looks more like if you're gonna carry it in your purse. They actually say like if you can carry it in your purse and like when you're stopped at a light, you can touch up your hair. Please don't do that. Don't do it in your car. Just please don't. The Flawless actually has a light that comes on it, whereas the Luminess does not. So I tried these, and I used the Finishing Touch Flawless on one side of my face. It's not bad. I do feel like it pulled a little bit. It says to use circular motions, and I didn't find that it was going all that smoothly on my skin. On the other side of my face, I tried the Luminess. I felt like for the most part, I thought it glided a lot smoother. I also noticed with these, and I gotta be honest, I don't really know technologically, without opening them up, and I'm not gonna do that, how this is actually trimming the hair. I don't feel stubble. This must be actually, I feel like, slicing off the hair at an angle maybe, which is kind of eliminating that sort of like stubble feel. I did this yesterday, and the whole day I was kind of trying to feel, I was feeling my face. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Anyway, this side of my face felt so much smoother than this side. That could have just been maybe I'm having a better texture day on this side than this side, but I haven't really done anything else differently on either side, and I have to say the Luminess Air side felt so much smoother. The Luminess feels a little bit more quality. I have no idea the longevity of these. I haven't had either of these. I haven't been using either of these for very long, so I have no idea like how long they'll last over time. But as far as like the quality of the product, the material, the Luminess Air feels like a much more solid product, whereas the Flawless feels a little bit cheap. Did you know that they have the light in it? I didn't really find the light to be beneficial at all. It wasn't in the way or anything, but I didn't really think it was beneficial. I did actually attempt the Luminess because it does say you can use it on other parts of your body. I kind of tried it a little bit on my bikini line today, and it was okay. I don't really think I would use it there. And I also feel weird about doing stuff with like body hair and then rubbing it on my face. I guess you can clean it, but I haven't tried cleaning either of these, so I don't know how that works either. But my initial feeling about these, I personally feel like spending the extra $10 on the Luminess, I just feel like it works that much better. I could kind of see maybe wanting the Flawless if you really want to carry it in your purse and you want something that looks a little bit more like a lipstick. If that's a factor for you, it's not really a factor for me, but if it is, great. I don't see myself reaching for this again. It's a little bit lighter weight, so maybe for travel, but again, not drastically lighter weight, and I think it's only because the material feels cheaper. The Luminess for an extra $10. I truly, honestly think that it's the better deal. I think you're just gonna get a better product with it. That's my own personal opinion. But if you have tried either of these products or any other facial hair removal products, or you've actually tried like professional dermaplaning or dermaplaning at home or anything like that, let me know. I want to know. I want to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. A while back, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that beauty and makeup saved my life. And I believe it can save yours too. So if you want to be an everyday starlet, be sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social media channels. The links will all be in the description box below, along with a link to these products. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.